Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV on PlayFrame, and the first of several little detours. They're good detours, I promise. Don't worry, they won't take us super long. So, we are back here in the, I forget what they call the sort of general dining, drinking area out here in the Crystarium, but you remember last episode, kind of in the middle of everything that was going on, Glennard mentioned that there was someone out here who was wanting to talk to us. And he's right, there are several people who would like to talk to us. Because you might also remember, much earlier in this expansion, the game took a moment to let us know that, hey, there are some NPCs around here who are like bounty hunters of Sin Eaters, and that we've got some jobs to do out here. Some job quests, in fact. Well, the successor to job quests, the role quests, those fancy quests that they've sort of like flattened all of the different job quests into several different types of, you know, those. It was a while ago, it's okay if you don't remember. But we've got 4 of those to do. There is one set of role quests for the 4 different kind of like job discipline roles that they've sort of subdivided us into for this expansion: tank, healer, physical damage dealer, and magic damage dealer. And today, we are going to do the one for the physical damage dealers. And, you know, since we gotta be a physical damage dealer anyway, why don't we go ahead and be the expansion's newest one? There we are. We're a dancer now. Dancer is the new damage job. I'll make a proper jobs video later that actually explains, like, what it does and how it works. But it's a very fun, relatively straightforward and simple, easier to learn damage job that is also kind of like the best support job in the game if you're wanting to be the sort who makes your fellow players stronger. And it's very flashy looking. It's a fun job. Would recommend. But let's get started on these quests because I don't know how long they're going to take, and I'd love to do 1 episode per role. So, I've been told I need to talk to you, Lue-Reeq. Lue-Reeq thinks you just might be the answer to his prayers. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... Stylish? Yes. Guilty. Need something? Yes, of course you are. 'Tis plain from the way you carry yourself. You're just the sort of man I've been looking for. You're perfect. My name's Lue-Reeq, and I am a bounty hunter. But not just any bounty hunter, I'll have you know. Nay, I am not wont to settle for run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt Sin Eaters. Not only that, I've recently set my sights on a particularly notable fiend, one of the 4 cardinal virtues, those infamous instigators of the Flood itself. Naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable eater, and I'm not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I'm confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have a mind to recruit. Walk away without a word? Feign interest. Well, I did approach you, I guess, so can't just walk away. Yet. Aha! I knew you'd be interested. And, should the challenge alone be insufficient motivation, know that I have substantial financial resources at my disposal. You will be duly compensated for your service, rest assured. However, as much as I am certain you are the right man for the job, 'tis only meet that I put your skills to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray, do not be offended, but you'd be shocked how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. All right. That's fine. This look, by the way, as with so many others, was assembled by Dermond's fairy godparent, who has done yet another phenomenal job. This is an excellent dancer look, I think. But okay, let's go rendezvous with Lue-Reeq outside for our little test. Another reason we're stopping to do these now, by the way, is that you can't go much further in the main scenario until you have completed at least one of these. So if we'd not done one of these 4 quest chains, or completed them by this point, then the main scenario quest line would stop us until we had gone back and done it. Which doesn't take very long, and we could have been doing these kind of all along the way. Basically, like with each area that we brought like the night sky back to. I can't remember exactly when they unlock, but as you progress through, I guess it's every couple of levels you level up, you gain access to another one of these quests in this chain. I figured it would probably be just most efficient to hold off on all of them, and then we just knock all of them out at once. And get back to the main thing. And this point in the main story seemed like a pretty good opportunity to pause for such detours. But there you are. So, what are we doing? Here we are, our proving grounds. You need only slay a beast of suitable ferocity before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, we require bait to lure one out of hiding. Oi, my lord. Got your package here. Well done, my good man. And here is your payment. Oh, this? The bait in question. Easier to have it delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. Time is money. Now then, you need only place it in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. I cannot imagine it'll take long for something to come hither. Okay. This seems one of the easier types of things I've been assigned. It'll be a nice change of pace. All right. Oh, hang on. Let's make sure we actually read it. Iguana meat. Why go to the hassle of procuring your own bait when you can hire someone to do it for you? Words to live by, I guess. Well, bait is placed. There's the bait, and now we wait. There we go. You, come here. Let me throw a whole bunch of dancer moves at you. And why not? Let's get dancy with it. It is the job. It is a really fun job. It is nice having one that is relatively simple and fairly easy to pick up. Always love those. Job's done. Fantastic. I knew I was not wrong about you. Come, let us return to the Crystarium at once. Okay. You know, I can tell we're going to be bouncing around a lot, I think, for these role quests. Let's go ahead and plan on some liberal use of snap travel. There we go. Hello. Congratulations on a kill well made, my good man. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry. Oh. Eating very messily, I guess. Oh, wonderful stuff, isn't it? My compliments to the chef. Another helping? No? Are you sure? It really is no bother. Oh, very well. I should like to return to our earlier discussion, that of the virtue I have engaged you to hunt with me. Andrea is her name, and she roams Norvrent in the guise of Renda-Rae, fallen warrior of light and renowned hunter of Eld. She's a most elusive eater who's been sighted in every corner of the realm. Though her movements are unpredictable, she has often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. I can well imagine the question forming in your head. Why not leave her be? If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas, no. For the beasts she slays rise anew as eaters, which pose even greater threats to the small folk. So you see, this one wretched sin-eater is, in truth, sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of her kind on unsuspecting towns and villages all across Norvrent. Only you and I can stop her. So she was a warrior of light. Didn't the warriors of light save the world? Well, so, like I mentioned earlier, these quests kind of unlock as you level, so if we had wanted to, as we'd been playing through Shadowbringers and leveling, we could have been doing these kind of in sequence, and some of these would have unlocked much earlier on, so some of the quest answers we are given may reflect sort of a progression earlier in the main story scenario. You understand how it works. So she was a warrior of light. Huh. What an odd thing to ask. But never mind all that. Whether or not they were heroes or villains or whatever 100 years ago doesn't matter to me. The simple truth is, Renda-Rae was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her at her own game would be an amazing feat, don't you think? And regardless of what the Warriors of Light were before they became Sin Eaters, that's what they are now, so we'd be doing folks a favor by killing one. Well, what do you say, friend? Will you hunt Andrea with me? With pleasure. So begins our formal partnership. I can see it now. You and me in the heat of battle, fighting side by side. The picture of courage and camaraderie. It's going to be grand. Naturally, it will take us time to study and understand our prey. Eaters can behave in strange and inexplicable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. I've been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like a hunter, but it is easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as I've determined where we ought to begin our search, I'll inform you at once. Okay. The interface is going to look a little different because I'm doing this in sort of their new Game Plus mode. Because, for reasons that don't really matter, I have technically... The game considers me as having done all this before, but it lets you replay a lot of quest lines like this if you want to, which I appreciate. Makes my job a lot easier. Oh, is the reward lacking? Well, yeah, it's not your fault, though. My apologies. Next time, I'll see that you receive rather more substantial compensation. And there we go, that's the first one of those done. So normally we'd have to wait 2 more in-game levels before this would unlock, but you know how it works. Lue-Reeq seems rather surprised to see you standing before him. Wait, it's you. It's really you. You actually came. I didn't leave. I mean, never mind. You're here to hunt Andrea with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? And wouldn't you know it, one of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now. Greetings, my lord. I am pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Amareng, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, it would seem. Apparently there was a right vicious spider what was giving folks trouble, and now that it's been turned, it's about a dozen times worse. They'd be grateful for any assistance. I see. Well done, my friend. Your payment, as promised. Why bother going out and about pestering the small folk for news when you can employ others to do it for you? The better to devote our precious time to rather more important matters, I say. And owing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Amareng and the delightfully named Samuel's backbone, for in pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker. Okay. I'll meet you there. I guess delegation is important. All right, to Amareng. Here we are, and here is the rather aptly named Samuel's backbone. So, what do you need? This is certainly the place. I gather those bones once belonged to dear Samuel, but I see no troublesome arachnid. It being a rather large desert, I had considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search, but I have yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search the sands for this sin-eater spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honor of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both have searched for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin. Okay. Well, best start looking around for spiders. I I think I may have spied a spot of interest. Maybe? You survey the surrounding sands, but find no trace of the spider you seek. Oh. Okay. The search continues. Maybe this one. Aha! You are spider adjacent enough, I'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers, I'm told. Be dead, come on. There you go. Perfect. All right, well. Better go report to the client. Good news, boss. I got the spider. You can come out now. Oh. Nope. There she is. The Scourge of Norvrent, the Devourer of Souls, Balam Kitz. We bring this mark down, they'll be singing ballads about us to the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hells, we could buy ourselves a couple of castles apiece. Flanking maneuver, as discussed. Wait for my signal, then we'll strike as one. Damn it. She's onto us. Don't panic. We planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Renda-Rae brings her down. Go, go! Wait, not yet! There's no need to rush this. Sod it. Always so headstrong. Bugger me, my head. I can't... No, no! Come back here! Finish it, you bloody bastard! Finish me! I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'll not let it end like this. I promise. I'll kill that goddamned beast if it's the last thing I do. Hey! What was that just now? I've had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. My condition is a lot to explain. You had better sit down. By the gods! And I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea, but you're also telling me that you were granted a vision of her past with this power of yours? Though, 2 warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. A beast their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. I've heard this tale before, I know it. It's a common enough sort of tale, I suppose. But regardless, she's gone. Come, let's return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. Okay. So yes, you can see why these role quests are particularly interesting, more than most of the job quests that we've been not doing along the way as we play through this game and its story. These role quests deal with the original Warriors of Light, Ardbert's party members, and so we're going to get to know a little bit more about each of them, and that's exciting. Anyway, let's go ahead and snap ourselves back to the Crystarium. And we're back. Goodness. You weren't kidding about the celebration. The table is set, and so I bid you raise a glass with me, that together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment. I will not say no to this. More sloppy eating. There's really nothing quite like a hearty meal after a job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up! How'd you feel? I have another few bottles ready and waiting to be opened. No? Oh, very well, if you insist. It occurs to me, my good man, that I've yet to ask you your name. Are you serious? So quickly did we forge our friendship that I hardly noticed until now. It's Derman. Derman de Romy. Reek and Derman. Yes, I rather like the sound of that. Reek and Derman, the daring duo. The brave bounty hunters, the scourge of sin-eaters. Once we've slain Andrea, not a soul in Norvrent will not know our names. This shall ring out all across the realm. But I should dwell overmuch on the victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is prepared and patient. 'Twould be prudent to send double, nay, triple the agents afield to seek out promising new leads. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a gillionaire. Which is a good term. Are you sure it's wise to spend your money so freely? No, you definitely seem to have plenty of it. Worried about the budget for our brave endeavor? Well, don't be. I'm prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared, none whatsoever. Okay. Your wallet's funeral. Oh, very good. Now just assume that several days or whatever have passed and we have actually walked away and come back or something. Hello. Lue-Reeq is, as usual, quite pleased to see you again. There he is. Derman, come to rejoin his bosom companion in the great hunt. It is well that you have, for I've obtained new information concerning a sighting of Andrea on Calusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark, a great bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. And so it falls to Reek and Derman to slay the newborn eater and continue their pursuit of Norvrent's most notorious virtue. To Calusia and to glory! To Calusia and to glory. I'll meet you there. Let's be about it. And here we are. I am here in Calusia. Show me to the glory. Let us brook no further delay and commence our search. Separately, as before in Amaring. If you catch the eater first, I grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you'll not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur. Surely not. Surely not. I myself will be most put out if I happen to lose to you a second time, and so, on that note, may the best hunter win. You're on. Okay, let's go looking. Darn sky still lit up and everything. Taunting me. Well, here's a spot. Is this anything? You survey your surroundings, but find no trace of the bear you seek. Dang. The search continues. Here we go. Maybe this one. Despite looking far and wide, you fail to find any trace of the bear you seek. Perhaps Lue-Reeq was indeed the better hunter this day. Huh. Stranger things have happened. Let's go find out. Lue-Reeq, did you already get the bear? And who are they? Hello. To the victor go the spoils, and to the loser bugger all. Yes. Hi. Hello. What? Wicked White, don't tell me you're the little lordling's newest bosom companion. Maybe. I don't know, he hasn't used those specific words. After the bear, were you? Sorry, sinner, but you've come too late. We claimed the bounty not but a few bells ago. Oh, well, glad someone did. Hate to say it, Derman, but it seems we're late to the party. Landbeard and his mates slew the bear before we could. So it's true then, you've cast your lot in with this boy. You poor daft sod. But I don't understand, the Eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, that's the problem with relying on hired help. They're loyal to your coin, not you. And you're not the only one willing to open his purse. But more importantly, Reeq, what's this I hear about you hunting Andrea? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff saying you didn't need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like. Help or no, you've no chance of beating me to the prize, because unlike you, I'm not all talk, and neither are me mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost to buy you his friendship? Do tell. Piss off, Landbeard. Why are you still here? You got your mark, didn't you? You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. They seem nice. You have questions, I'm sure. As you may have surmised, Landbeard was once a comrade of mine. I took him into my service that we might hone our skills battling sin-eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride, and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late. So much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time to tracking lesser eaters and must devote our undivided attention to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystarium. But before we depart, I have one other matter to attend to in Yulemoor. If I might trouble you to accompany me. But of course you will. Let's be off. Oh, all right. I'm not nearly as wanted or hated there anymore, so yes, okay. Let's just go there. And here we are in Yulemoor and the Beehive again. Remember this? It's been a little bit. So we're meeting here, are we? Who are your friends? Oh, is that Master Reeq? Then you are his, dare I say, friend? I think so, kind of. Speak to my manservant and leave me to my entertainment. They seem nice. Derman, allow me to introduce you to my father and mother. Father, this is my traveling companion and dear friend, Derman. He and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly sin-eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is, that to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Norvrent shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? So long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever quarry you desire. I could do without all the petty details. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my coin purse, would you? I'm sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuit. That is why you're here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, Father. We're leaving Derman. Right now. Okay. Nice to, okay, bye. Lue-Reeq, you're... Goodness, you left in a huff and a hurry. You're all the way back in the Crystarium now. We're off. And we're back. So, hey, that was rough and a little awkward to be standing by for. You good?
Forgive me, Dermot, but I would forego the wine on this occasion. Father's lackluster receptions put me in rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I am a free citizen of Yulmore. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I've enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing. Privileged and unbearably boring. Which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I'm no fool, though. I'm well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I elected to conceal them from the people of the Crystarium. People are wont to jump to uncharitable conclusions. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others. Now then, since Lambert has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Alas, in a fit of frustration, I refused Father's coin. Without additional resources, we've no choice but to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I'm rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token sum at this time, but I trust that will not deter you from joining me in on. Well, I was never in it for the gil. I might actually have more than you. I'm just here for the... not vibes. Laughs, levels, story. That's right, story. That's why I'm here. Really? Of course you weren't. Perish the thought. Well, good. Glad you're feeling happy. Here, maybe a little chicka chicka or transition or something will help it feel like time's passing. And the illusion is complete. All right. 1 week later or something, Lue-Reeq appears to have been struck by an epiphany. Dermot, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. Only the Crystarium? You haven't gone outside, even for a bit? Well, of course. Surely this is the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. I guess so. But never mind all that, for it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renda-Rae's past could hold the clues for which we've been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before, and I had. My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. 'Twas a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in a desert, and there attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunter a fatal weakness, and so, in the ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her the sole survivor to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Then there can be no doubt. Renda-Rae is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Olvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. It makes sense, doesn't it? Renda-Rae being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death? I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda-Rae's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Olvara lives in Gatetown, on Calusia. Let us be off, then. Okay. It is a good idea. And I'm always here for stories. So she lives out here, huh? Seems like that's going to be a story in and of itself. And probably not a happy one. So, hello?
Nice to meet you.
Oh, hello there. Are you a friend of Reeq's?
Kind of. I'm keeping him out of... No, not keeping him out of trouble either. I'm here. What do you need?
Dermot, this is Miss Olvara, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age, she was forced to leave. My, you've grown into such a strapping young man. But I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit, my little Reeq. Not in front of him, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light, Renda-Rae? Of all the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Renda-Rae, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's minds when I was younger, and for all the good they'd done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death, as sin-eaters. But despite all of that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all of her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So, years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. Then it's true. The hero I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Olvara, Dermot and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me might help guide our search. Namely, the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that? Oh, my little Reeq. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Renda-Rae's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing, from miles away even by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beasts never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch. Eventually, Renda-Rae would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades earned fame and fortune. As their reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Norvrant, the Devourer of Souls, Balaam Keats, or Quits. I'll stick with Keats, I guess. But what Renda-Rae did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing, for when she faced Balaam Keats, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends or how their deaths weighed heavy upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing ever stronger, as did Renda-Rae. While in Calusia, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful roar that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Renda-Rae's ears. Balaam Keats, Scourge of Norvrant, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the Citia swamps. 'Twas a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she had her old. So it was that Renda-Rae ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balaam Keats, alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Renda-Rae, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become the sin-eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me. And to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Olvara, for everything. I promise I'll visit you again soon. So, Dermot, you remember that theory I told you before about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea's reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balaam Keats, the one that took her from Amareng to Calusia, then her next destination must be... I suppose that would be the Raktika Greatwood, wasn't it? That Ilmeg was never mentioned. See, I'm paying attention. Right. That was where she laid low the beast at last, in the City of Swamps, to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reeq. There's an awful lot people don't know about Renda-Rae, or the world, for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself. And be safe. Dermot, was it? It was such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reeq's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities they could, but when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it's a miracle that boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support, and that goes for you as well, I should think. Boy, ain't it the truth. Nice to meet you. Sorry about living here, although I guess better than the closest alternative, given what we know. Anyway, we gotta get to Raktika before Lue-Reeq dies. Yes, and a fine lahi to you as well. Lue-Reeq, how's it going? Fighty, I guess. When I was little, Miss Olvara seemed so much bigger and stronger than me. Although, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that. We have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, and keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. You got it. I'm gonna... Oh, kind of nice that they just let me set it to somewhat easy. You know what, for the sake of speed, because I can tell these are going to be 4 long episodes, yes. And because I know some of these can be quite challenging on normal. About time our luck took a turn for the better. There she is. Oh. What? Now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yep, maybe go hide or something. I wish you were all here with me. But I know it's better that you're not. We have a score to settle, you bloody bastard. And this time I'm ready for your tricks. Oh, that is big. And that's right. We're gonna play as Renda-Rae. I guess I don't need all these abilities up, do I? Heavy Shot, Acidic Bite, lots of Bard abilities, which, boy, that's a job I don't know super well. Interrupt the use of a target's action, deliver an attack with a potency of a lot every 25 seconds, damage over time. Oh, okay, manageable.
Hopefully. This is very big. But all right. Let's relive the battle against Balaam Keats. Fight!
Balaam Keats, vengeance will be mine this day.
Okay, let's move. And I guess let's be ready to interrupt stuff. Like this. Just wait until I hit you with one of my dulling arrows. Interrupted. So we're interrupting the roars, I see.
It worked. I've got you now, you bastard.
Just gotta interrupt all the roars. This I can do.
You'll pay for taking them from me.
Like I'll let you roar again. I've got plenty of arrows left. Interrupted.
Yes, yes, just like that.
Yeah, glad I set this to very easy, or else this fight would take a very long time.
Without your roar, you're nothing. It was my fault. My failure. That's why I have to do it alone. If I'd only been this strong back then, they'd still be alive. You can feel it, can't you? The pain, the fear. It serves you right. What the? Where's this coming from?
Don't really have anyone to stack with me on this one.
Ow. Gah, I won't let it end like this. We won't. God's damn it, Renda. Made it in the nick, I see.
Oh. Hey, gang.
Are you hurt? Don't worry, I've got you.
Help? The lone wolf just had to do it on her own terms. Our party's here. Aye, well, I was never good at indulging foolishness.
Don't tell me you followed my trail. I'll tell you all about it after we kill this bloody bastard. Aye? Something's wrong. It's shrugging off our attacks. It's coming from me and Renda. Keep your distance.
Spread out. Oh dear. No more spreading out.
Gather round Nielbert. Lend them your strength.
I owe you one. What a good party they'd put together.
Gonna roar again, huh? The hells you will. I've got plenty arrows left for you yet. Well struck. Keep it up. Focus, everyone.
Oh, stack up.
Renda, Nielbert, assist Lamet quickly.
Whew. Hang in there, fellow squishies.
It's summoning all its strength for something big. Finish it. Everyone to me. I'll lend you my power. Together we'll avenge my fallen friends.
Kill it.
We've almost got him.
Finish it. Yes, there we go.
Tough old bugger. Everyone all right? Ardbert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much. But I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Norvrent. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends, and somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Balaam Keats. I survived. They didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot, and thought that maybe, with your help, I might just have a fighting chance. So, you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just, you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time, I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not comrades? Through thick and thin. These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise, they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you. But what of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You've saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brandon and Njelbert are whispering about behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. This one's worth a fortune, aye? And fame, besides. I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back to town. Oh gods, not another night to remember. Don't you worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balaam Keats's demise, until Ardbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. And, Renda-Rae, I trust that the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And there I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, you mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Ooh. And there's where you found your crystal. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Wake up, damn you! Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I am perfectly capable of hunting this Sin Eater on my own. Good luck with that. Upon our return to Gate Town, you'll be given your final payment, and we'll be free to go our separate ways.
Fine, be that way. Now you're poor and friendless. Oh, whatever. Let's go to Colusia. There we are. And there you are. And hello.
What is it? Did something happen between you two?
Sort of.
Honestly, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You're such a disappointment. Consider this the formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names Reeq and Derman in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day.
I don't know if anyone ever uttered those names together to begin with.
When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come and see me. And take this for your troubles.
And whatever this was, I don't know. Sorry. So it goes. But anyway. And wouldn't you know it, we're back. Olvara cannot help but worry for Lue-Reeq's well-being.
I'm sure a talented man like yourself is needed all over the realm, and so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reeq has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been the only friend he's had for some time. I considered journeying to the Crystarium myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If you would go in my stead, it would put my heart at ease.
I should probably go back there anyway. All right. Let's go check on him. Here we are, and there he isn't. Okay, not in his usual spot. Well, here, maybe we'll wait here and watch for him. Lue-Reeq.
Lue-Reeq's customary seat is empty, and there's nothing to suggest he's occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing.
Not in the mortal sense, I hope. Someone, anyone. Darlfort. Have you seen the little rich cat boy?
Lue-Reeq, the Mistle Lordling. If he ain't sat at his usual table, then I've no idea where else to look.
Oh, well, thank you. Anyone else have any idea where to find the Mistle Lordling, which is a good nickname?
Looking for Master Reeq, are we? I dare say you're the only one. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was moping about like someone had shot his Amaro. I'm sure he'll turn up eventually.
Maybe so, but I should probably keep looking anyway. Mr. Mage?
Colusia, right? You're Lue-Reeq's partner. I was with Lambert, remember?
Was, I ought to stress, because after we left you, we headed straight to Raktika. We'd heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Lambert wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Lambert fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Wicked white, I still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Lambert rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened, to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles. And not a one of them's returned. Didn't expect Lue-Reeq to be one of them, neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Raktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume? Good luck, friend, but I've no doubt that you're going to your doom. Well, thank you for the optimistic words. I guess maybe we better hurry and go find him. Here we are. Lue-Reeq? Oh, there you are. You good? I'd feel kind of bad if you just died out here.
Derman? Why are you here? Don't tell me you came from me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... Nope. Yeah, I'll save you the trouble. Let me watch it myself. Renda-Rae, if aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. I've come to lay your soul to rest, alone, as you yourself faced Balaam Keats a century ago on this very ground. Lambert? Oh, gods, no. Oh my. I see. Don't tell me. You beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Guilty. It is my thing. I thought as much. Wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours, though I can't understand why you kept using it every time we ran into Andrea. I can't really control when it happens. Believe me, that would be nice. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately. Good to know. Anyway, intentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She's turned Lambert and those other hunters into sin-eaters, like herself. A Hume axeman, a Galgant swordsman, a dwarven healer, an elven mage. Looked awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balaam Keats. But Renda-Rae slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. Oh, those were wrong too. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? God strike me down, I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said, Derman. I've regretted my behavior ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. Yeah, it's fine. Water under the bridge. Thank you, my friend. I hope it's all right if I call you that. Right then. Andrea should be around here somewhere. Still on the hunt for Balaam Keats, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I'd not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do. Renda-Rae most of all. She is my hero, and if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone, and I'm far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What say you? Yeah, okay. Ha! I ask for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let's return to Gate Town and let Miss Elvira know as well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go. We're not done hearing those. No, we are not. And also, boy, this series of quests is longer than I remembered. I guess we got some chunky episodes coming up. Hooray! And we're back. I owe her so much, then and now. Derman, what a pleasure to see you again, and in the company of Lue-Reeq, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes, and it is all thanks to you. Had you not implored him to give me another chance, I might well still be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend. I know not why you sought her out on your own, but I'm glad that you did. Miss Olvara's perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look out after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Derman, as I can tell you're about to, note that I've prepared a hearty meal just for him. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we've claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall. For united, Reek and Derman are unstoppable, is what I would like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. It would be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You too should see to it that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It'll be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. I sure hope so. Because my voice is getting tired. These are going to be a marathon. I do hope you continue to remain good friends from now on. Me too. Lue-Reeq wishes to confront an uncomfortable truth. Derman, my friend, my partner. I trust you're ready. Good, good. That is very good indeed, for before we depart to face Andrea for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Everyone's does. That's okay. Uh-huh. I'm aware. I gather you were not unaware of this. Truly, you're as perceptive as you are mighty. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers. Where before we might have only to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I'm still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Olvara while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you Renda-Rae's greatest strength and weakness, her preternatural hearing. We can be reasonably certain that Andrea's possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I may make up for with guile. While it will not guarantee us a victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. 1,000 pardons, Master Reek, but I'm come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy, what does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following, that I am Lue-Reeq, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents. that I have no family save Miss Olvara, who's shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right. Now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Now let us consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. That's a good idea. I was going to say I didn't know how we were going to get that kind of device. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Derman. I never thought I'd live to see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. Happy to help. Especially if helping just means mostly standing nearby. Anyway, let's hurry back to the Crystarium. Here we are, and there you are. What's the plan? For all my time in the Crystarium, I cannot recall ever visiting the crystalline mean. Nevertheless, I'm sure there's someone here who can assist us. Probably. Is it you? What's all this then? You got something what needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sand. I think I got just the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go and fetch them for me. Fetch it? What precisely is it that you require? Well, there's this one particular beastie native to Calusia which got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Amaring. I can give you a list if you like. To wit, I will need to travel to the far corners of Norvrent and back. Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I... No more excuses. I will do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Oh, that's a very nice change of pace. Wow. Never been on this side of the questing before. This is refreshing. I guess let's go find somewhere to lay low till he comes back. I could get used to this. So, let's just wait at the regular table. Ah, there you are. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end, I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. That gentleman was rather accommodating. Despite being somewhat put out that I had not any gil to pay him for his labor, he was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosions should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let us put an end to her tale, my friend, and in so doing, write the opening of ours, that of Reek and Derman, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and Glory await. Alrighty, I'll be right behind you. Let's go get this job done. Yes, into the thick of the Lahi woods once more we go. For battle. Lue-Reeq, are you prepared? If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of the gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's pasts. This really could not be a worse time. No, you are very correct. I will do my best. Let us proceed. Well, are you still with me in the here and now? Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Renda-Rae the peace a hero deserves. They do outnumber us a little bit. That's okay. We'll be fine. I'll distract Andrea with a noisemaker arrow. Seize the opening to strike. Here goes nothing. Okay. Oh, goodness, that is a lot of them going for you. Let's not have that. Ugh. It worked. It really worked. I can't believe it. Huh? Are they defending her? Damn it. We'll have to deal with them first. God damn you, Lambert. I'm sorry you're dead, but you don't have to be such a bloody arse about it. Probably better bring that text up, huh? What did I do to deserve so much attention? This is just a guess, but you did make the loud noise. Just die already. They will, they will. Just give it a minute. That's it. Only 2 more to go. I'll draw off Andrea. You handle the knight. Okay. I'm dancing at you. Witness my sick moves. Oh no. Don't like that. Woof. Dodge. Gah, that bloody knight's in the way. Dispatch him first. Oh, I am trying. Oh, stack up, buddy. Oh, no, you don't. Thank you. You all right? Yes, thank you. Heads up, arrows incoming. Oh, you're right. Keep dodging, keep dodging, keep dodging. Keep dodging. Keep dodging. Dance. Dance. Almost got him. It's just us and Andrea now. It's time for Reeq and Dermot to write a new legend for the ages. Okay, yes. Yes, working on it. Working on it. Oh, stack up. Dermot, to me. Yes, but you're running away. There we go. Almost done. Yeah. Rest in peace, Renda-Rae. We won. Even seeing and saying it, it hardly feels real. Huh? Well, what's that you've got there? Wicked White, you're... You're Renda-Rae. The real Renda-Rae. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balaam Keats, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together. No matter how hard it got or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low. You felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny reminder in a final futile effort, even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more? What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask. I don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing. Becoming villains. Being forgotten. Thank you, Derman. I could have never gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Renda-Rae or any of the other Warriors of Light truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all the easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping to lay Renda-Rae's soul to rest. Miss Olvara's probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Calusia and let her know we're all right. Good idea. I'm hungry. Very good. Let me get the nonsense off the screen, and then let's be heading back to Calusia one more time. We go. And here we are. I can't wait to tell Miss Olvara everything, and I should definitely use some of the bounty to treat her. My little Reeq, Derman, congratulations on a job well done. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Renda-Rae to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you a villain even still. But at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Renda-Rae, the bravest hunter there ever was, and, more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. That sounds nice. So she brought down Balaam Keats not alone, but with the aid of her comrades. It may not be the story I was taught, but somehow it rings truer to my ear. Mine as well. All right, back to the Crystarium. Let's wrap this up. And we're back. And I see you've got a feast prepared. Good boy. Andrea's bounty's been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. I think we've earned it. I've been meaning to ask, Derman, but I have the impression you're rather more acquainted with these Warriors of Light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? Oh boy, you're in for an earful. That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it's true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood. Wicked White. It must have taken her so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds, her comrades. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Renda-Rae were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I'm a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I've been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of sterner stuff, Derman, far sterner than me, and that is why I know I can never walk your path. I mean, there's no shame in that. Do you wish you could, though? How can I not? I cannot recall a time I've felt happier and more alive than when I've traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you're destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Olvara used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become, made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone and in squalor. I've decided it will not be so. I shall return to Calusia and attend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and the kindness that made me the man I am today. I like that. Good idea. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear this celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension of the glorious partnership that was Reeq and Derman, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Calusia, however, do come and pay us a visit. I will. Pleasure working with you. And thus concludes one of the role quests that we're going to be doing. 1 out of 4. So, again, we're clearly in for 4 feature-length episodes here, so apologies or you're welcome, depending on how you feel about long episodes, but they're worth it. As you can see, that is way more main story relevant and interesting than most job quests have been up until this expansion. So I really feel like this role quest change is a huge improvement in terms of the overall story experience of things. Now, you only have to do one of those to then go on and be able to beat the game, but like most players, I imagine after seeing one of the Old Warrior of Light stories, a lot of folks kind of want to go and see the rest of them, or at least they eventually want to get around to that. And that is what we're going to do. So I will see you all next time for the next one of these little stories, and hopefully with a rested up voice a little bit. Take care, everyone, and goodbye!